everyone, and welcome to our podcast. I'm Amy Bernstein with Bernstein Realty, and I'm delighted to have Cathy Scherer, a longtime agent with Bernstein Realty, and probably one of our very, very top agents, and just delighted to be sitting here with her today.
Thank you, Amy.
So today we're talking about a topic that applies to if you purchased or sold a home in 2025, and how property taxes work during that time. So with our property taxes in Texas, we pay them at the end of the year. And if you had a closing anywhere from January 1st, 2025 through the end of the year, or any time during the year, then the title company will have prorated the taxes based on your last known tax bill and the last available tax rate that's available. Well, the property tax bills do not come out until November. So the title companies did them on the prorated amount based on 2025 taxes. And we all know how this works, and that is it's a prorated estimate. It's not a firm number. So what we do at Bernstein Realty is we look at our clients that have purchased or sold a home in 2025, and we encourage you to do the same. Hopefully you are a client of ours, and we encourage you to take the closing statement and look at the amount that was either credited to you or debited from you for property taxes and match it up with the actual tax bills, which you can pull those tax bills offline off the appraisal district and see if you as the buyer were given enough money to pay the taxes at the end of the year, or you as the seller gave this buyer the correct amount of the tax proration based on the actual bills. So Cathy, do you want to elaborate a little bit on that? Let's talk about the different times of the year. So in January, when people have closings, say they closed in January 2025, all the way through the first quarter, it's not as big of an amount, right? Because they're doing it based on 2024 tax bills, right? And so the tax rate is one number based on last year's tax rate, and then you paying on 2024 tax bills. So Cathy, when you represented a buyer this year, do you think that your buyer, when they got the tax proration from 2024 value, was given enough money from the seller at closing to make themselves whole when they paid their property tax bills?
Probably not if they closed earlier in the year.
Exactly. And the reason is because they're basing it on 2024, and we all know that taxes go up every year. And likewise, if you represented a seller and the seller gave them the exact number of days they owned the house in 2024, if the seller felt like they gave too much, all they have to do is look at the closing statement, match it up with the tax bills. Now, if you're a seller, you're not getting the tax bills, right? So all the seller has to do is look at the Harris County Appraisal District or the district that you sold in and see what the bills were and match it up to the closing statement to see if the seller overgave to the buyer or not. Where it gets really difficult is when you get later in the year. So let's just say that we roll into April, May, June, all the way through before the bills come out, all the way through the end of October. Then those dollar amounts get pretty large, right? Well, how does the buyer know that the seller is going to reimburse them for that amount if they're owed more money to make themselves whole?
Well, when they go to closing at the title company, they sign a document.
That's exactly right. So every single closing has a document that the buyer and seller sign that agrees to say, we agree when the actual tax bills come out, we agree to settle up and to make the other party whole if the other party contacts you. So you don't have a duty when you're a buyer or you're a seller to go, oh, I may have given him too much money. You look at it depending on what side of the coin you were on, the seller or the buyer, to see if any money's due to you. And if any money is due to you for underpayment or overpayment, then you have the right to do that. It's on the closing statement, that provision, and it's a separate form that the title company always uses. we, as brokers, can do your reproration for you if you'd like. So if you had a closing and you use Cathy, which she has many buyers and sellers, I hope are listening today, you can call Cathy and she can help you reprorate those property taxes, or get the title company involved, and the title company can look at it to see who owes who money and see if there are any reprorations due. So that's the nice thing about that. Now, the only time it really doesn't matter is really November and December, because the title companies are paying off actual bills. So when the bills come out in November, December, if you have a closing in November, December, that's it. We take a deep sigh of relief, because we are paying, the prorations are done based on what? The actual
year.
Tax bills. So there's no reprorations that are going to be due after that point. But in any event, if you were the person that tendered any money on your closing statement, which everybody does, both buyers and sellers, remember to send that closing statement to your CPA and let them use the money that you paid for your income taxes for 2025. Super important to do that. And do you want to talk a little bit about the homestead rules? And that we used to have to wait until January every year to file for homestead. Tell us about the new homestead rules now.
Well, now you can apply after closing. Just change your driver's license to the address of the home that you purchased, and that could take about a couple of weeks to 30 days. And then you can go online to the county that you bought in and do apply for the homestead.
Which is really nice. You can do it online now, which is really great.
Any time of the year.
Any time of the year. Sooner the better. But you can't apply for homestead until you change your driver's license, which you can also do online. Just a little handy tip, remember to change your vehicle registration as well. You don't have to, but to get your homestead, but it's nice to do that. Maybe one of the tips I always like is just go online and make sure the county has your name correct.
That it's all correct, right?
Online. I always say, make sure to give a good extermination at the end of the year. Change your locks is always a nice thing to do.
You do the batteries in your smoke alarms.
Absolutely. Batteries, that's a good
Time to do
one. Batteries in your smoke alarms. And remember,
enjoy your new home.
And remember the broker that sold it to you if they did a great job. And remember Cathy Scherer. She's one of our best agents, and she will take great care of you, whether buying or selling a home. So remember, your home is
our expertise.
Please give us a call. Thank you.